Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Today I will be reviewing Intimidator 305. Opening in 2010, Intimidator 305, or I-305 for short, has had a rather shaky start. Intamin AG, the manufacturer of I-305, is known for pushing the limits and trying new and radical things. This was no different for the construction of I-305. Intamin truly pushed the boundaries by making this one of the most intense coasters on the planet. Standing 305 feet tall, thus its name, the Giga Coaster focuses on high speeds and fast turns instead of airtime, though it does offer a couple spots of airtime. The original layout actually proved to be too intense, causing many guests to gray out or even black out during the first high-speed turn. King's Dominion had trim brakes placed on the first drop to slow down the ride as a temporary fix until the following year when they were able to elevate the turn around and eliminate some of the strong G-forces. Many riders still experience graying out, but not to the extent of its previous version. I-305 features a cable lift, pulling you to the top of the first drop in merely seconds, barely allowing you time to soak in the view and grasp how high you really are. The first drop is great, especially in the back as you get some good airtime coming over the top of the drop. As already mentioned, the first drop at the bottom of the first hill is where the coaster unleashes its true force, slamming you into an intense G-force filled turn. When you finally make it through this turn, it's like when you finally come up for air after being underwater for some time. I-305 doesn't let you rest as it throws you into an airtime hill that leads right into a series of crazy high-speed turns. I was really amazed how fast and smooth this coaster transitions from going one direction to the other. When I was visiting King's Dominion, the park wasn't busy, so I-305 was a walk-on. But what I hear is that the line is usually not bad regardless of how busy of the day. The locals, of what I hear, aren't too fond of I-305, mostly because of how intense it is. There truly is a stark difference between other Intamin Gigas, like Millennium Force, which is like a fun ride in your grandpa's Cadillac, while I-305 is like taking a ride with your friend who just took the keys of his dad's Mustang. Both are great rides, but completely different experiences. So how do I rate I-305? Well, to help me come up with my final score, I've created 5 simple categories. Theming. I know not every coaster is going to be amazing in theming, so unless the ride is really unkept, I'm keeping a base score of 5 for most generic coasters. As for I-305, I'll give it a 7. Intensity. This is obviously a 10. I'd be hard-pressed to find a coaster more intense than I-305. Fun factor. Some coasters may not be intense, but that doesn't mean that they aren't fun. As for I-305, I feel a score of about 8 sounds in order. Originality. Intimidator 305 has a similar but still unique layout to itself, focusing mostly on high speeds and intensity. So I'll give this an 8. Smoothness. If you're sitting in the very front row, this is a butter smooth ride. However, the farther you work your way back, the coaster starts to develop a slight rattle. Nothing horrible, but still noticeable, so I'll give it an 8. So my final score is an 8.2. So there you have it, a decent score for a decent coaster. As you might notice, it will be very difficult to receive a perfect 10 with my rating system, but that's exactly how I want it to be. Every coaster can't be a perfect 10. Well, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please rate my videos and leave me comments. I love your input.